In August of 1982, Chitose Kobayashi's children's novel Rail of the Stars was released. The story is an autobiography, and it recounts the story of Chitose and the Kobayashi family during and after World War II. Despite being of Japanese descent, Chitose was born and spent most of her childhood in Korea, which was controlled by Japan at the time. After the war ended, the Korean populace took control of the country back from Japan, but shortly after that, Russia occupied the territory. And fearing for their lives, the Kobayashi family tried to escape by crossing the 38th parallel, following the light of the stars. While it doesn't look like the book was very popular, it did win the 30th Senkai Juvenile Literature Publishing Culture Award in 1983. Other than reprints in 1983 and 1984, there wasn't a whole lot of news about Rail of the Star, until on July 10, 1993, an anime adaptation was released in theaters. General production was handled by TV Tokyo, and the movie was animated by Studio Madhouse. The adaptation appears to have been pretty faithful, with the main differences between the novel and the film being minor changes to a couple of the characters. The film's reception, on the other hand, seems to be more mixed. Two common issues people appear to have with the film are its pacing and animation, but there also seems to be a general feeling of disappointment. While the film introduces difficult and rarely discussed issues of the time, it doesn't do much more than that. Akio Nagatomi's review on the Anime Cafe summarizes this sentiment. A lot of similar subject matter made this into a multi-layered and somewhat thought-provoking piece, but the movie's been watered down for a young audience, and the realities of the Japanese occupation were marginalized. Despite its commendable efforts, Rail of the Star is a somewhat pale shadow of what should have been a great piece of work. The series made its way onto VHS the following year, hitting store shelves in Japan on October 25, 1994. The series was eventually licensed by ADV Films and was released on VHS in North America on November 11, 1998, and fans had the choice between a dubbed and subtitled cassette. A couple of years later, ADV Films reached out to fans on Anime on DVD's forums. They were asking fans what in their backlog of titles they would like to see on DVD, and one of the anime on their list was Rail of the Star, but it doesn't look like there was all that much demand for a re-release, since as of August 2023, Rail of the Star has never escaped from its black box. In November of 1990, in the 17th issue of Weekly Shonen magazine, Atsushi Kase made his publishing debut with Chameleon. This would mark the beginning of a decade-long run in the magazine. The manga's main character is Eisaku Yazawa, a short, cowardly middle schooler that has dreams of becoming the leader of a large gang. Chameleon tells the story of his attempts to make a name for himself and become a high-ranking gang member. It didn't take very long for it to receive an adaptation. On August 16, 1992, the first volume of Chameleon was released on VHS in Japan. The OVA would be released over the next several years, with the final volume hitting store shelves on March 22, 1996, and each volume contained one 50-minute episode. ADV Films was also involved with this series, and apparently acquired the license sometime in the late 1990s. They released Bite Me Chameleon on VHS with subtitles on February 23, 1999. Like the Japanese release, it only contained one episode, but ADV Films wouldn't release any more. While there aren't any official sales numbers, it doesn't look like it sold very well. The series isn't exactly regarded as a cult classic. One thing that everyone appears to agree on is that the animation isn't any good, and that whatever story is there is pretty bare bones. How much you like the show may depend on your view of the series' characters. If you're able to laugh at the terrible things they do, you'll probably be able to enjoy yourself. If not, then you may end up wishing that you skipped it.
I'll give it a 2 because if you take some of the jokes out of context, they're pretty funny, but other than that, this is, a little, well, crap, but...
Just like Rail of the Star, this series was never re-released on DVD or Blu-ray, and the chances that it ever will seem very low.